Okay, cool. This actually works. 1 second. How many Android users do we have in the audience tonight?
Do I count because I have a developer device?
Does it work yet?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, my app's on Android.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Well, my name is Yermo Lammers. I'm the assistant organizer at MoDev, but I'm also partner in a company called Mobile Dev Partners with Anatoly Ivasuk, and we are currently trying to solve an interesting problem that is, well, of relevance to all of us. We're here because we're trying to develop apps, and unless we are one of the top 100 most downloaded apps in the market, chances are we need to find another way to make money. So, you scored yourself a shiny new Android device as a user. Why? Clearly it's not because you needed to make a phone call. You needed the apps, of course, right? So if you talk to people out there, they get their shiny new Android device, and for you iPhone people, eventually we'll have something for you, we hope. They have a problem. They take a look at the Android market, and they're confronted with 250,000 apps, most of them screensavers, and they don't know what to do. So how do you decide which apps to try? Well, most people are just going to try the top few apps, the most downloaded ones. You know, everybody gets Angry Birds, and that's pretty much it. And an interesting Nielsen study showed that that 60% of the time that people spend in apps is controlled by 50 apps. But there are 250,000 apps in the market, so there are a lot of apps out there that are not getting any exposure at all. So the question is, there's a whole world of hidden gems of apps waiting to be discovered. So how do you find these hidden gems? Well, you could try searching the market, but how many of us has really spent a lot of time trying to wade through all those apps, many of them of questionable quality, to find those really good apps that remain undiscovered? You could take a look at the reviews, but you don't know those people. Do they know your preferences? Do you know what their bias is? The ratings are cumulative. If it was a 5-star app 2 years ago, do you care? So what do? Well, clearly you ask your friends. If you're like me, I install whatever app Anatoly tells me to install. And that's how I got started on the Android phone. But there's a problem. So somebody suggests an app like Marine Weather, one of my favorite apps. How likely is it that you're going to remember that app if you're a boater when you go home tonight? How are you going to go find it? Are you going to remember what I said about it? By the way, Marine Weather rocks. If you're a boater on the Chesapeake Bay, it lets you get the NOAA forecasts. It was an app I found in App Update. So, and then how do you tell what your friends think? There has to be a better way. So we decided to build an app for that. We call it App Update. The idea being that we wanted on our phones the ability to say, hey, here's an app that I happen to be using. I think this is cool. Maybe you would like it. But instead of just sending it to one person, let me post it as a status update. An app update. A status update tagged with an app attached. And then I'd like to be able to say, if you and I are friends on Facebook, wouldn't it be cool if I could take a look at your updates and you post some app like white noise? Maybe I'd like that. Maybe I'd want to try that. Click on it right then and there. Not have to go to the market, not have to do anything else. Just click on it right there, install it, try it. And if I like it, maybe I'll click the share button and say, no, this is cool. Drowns out the noise in the background. I think I like it. Beyond that, with App Update, you can ask questions. Hey, do you know an app? Like a question I asked recently was, I really want a better chat app. I've tried a few, I can't seem to find one I like. Well, in App Update, you can then comment on those status updates with an app and say, here, try this one. Click on it and install it. But it's more than just that. Because one of my big pet peeves about Facebook and a lot of other social networking sites is you have a lot of knowledge in this news feed. And it goes by and then you lose it. And you have to scroll through to try to find, what was that app 3 months ago that Anatoly recommended? Well, wouldn't it be awesome if we could organize the newsfeed and then search it across all of our friends to say, hey, what's the most popular app that my friends shared in the last 2 months? Maybe tagged with games. So we've created a social view, a social index, popularity index of app recommendations across our friends on Facebook. With App Update, the business case, it's a free app available in the Android market. That's App Update by Mobile Dev Partners. We're obviously doing advertising in the app, doing advertising on the website. We're going to create, once we come out with 1.0, we'll create an ad-free version for a nominal fee. Beyond that, we realized that we represent a viral marketing channel for app developers. And once we get the user numbers up, we're going to offer sponsorship slots for developers for a fee. It'll be a fixed yearly fee to holding costs. We'll offer a sponsored You May Like app listing. So imagine you have a circle of friends and they're sharing apps, and your app has not been shared by any of those users. Maybe they've never heard about you before. You're going to be able to purchase a listing inside that group of friends to get exposure. And as soon as that app is shared, we won't show that ad anymore, because those users are going to be showing it for you, getting more bang for your advertising buck. And we're also going to be keeping a lot of analytics about propagation. Who are the people who are sharing your apps the most effectively, and maybe allow you to reach out to those. Beyond that, with App Update, the back end is where the innovation lies. It's this idea of being able to keep an organized list across your friends and calculate what is the most popular thing that your friends have shared, whether it's an app, but the back end is generic. So we can imagine Amazon Books. We could easily create a social index over books, over movies, over whatever you want. So we envision a licensing partnering opportunity with this back end. So the bottom line is, when it comes to apps, don't just post a status update, post an app update and discover the best Android apps you never thought to try. Again, we're available in the market. So just a quick demo. How am I doing for time?
You're over, that's fine.
I am? Already? Oh my God. All right, I'm going to definitely have to do this much quicker at Disrupt-a-thon. So here's a simple news feed. We can see some friends of mine shared some apps. There's SwiftKey. I can click on it, and then I can see what comments have been made. I asked a question about it. Douglas answered. I can also do the ordered list. So what are the most popular apps shared by my friends in the last 90 days? Pandora, Amazon. Retro Camera was one that I'd never heard about. It allows you to take old-time effect photos. You log into this thing with your Facebook login, it's available in the Android market. That's it.
Cool, thank you.